Hey, I wrote a letter for you, my 10-year-old self. Hey, here's the letter. It's very long, so yeah. Alright, let's start. Dear 10-year-old self, before I begin, let me tell you that you are now a 17-year-old grade 11 student of CBS. Alam mo, marami akong nagawa at hindi nagawa that made me to regret some of them. Kaya naman, I'm here to tell you about those regrets that I have now, and I also want to give you advice for you to avoid having these missed opportunities in the future. If ever there is a parallel universe, I'd really like to give this to you. Para kahit may regrets ka in this universe, at least sa other universe, kung meron man, ay finalo mo tong mga advice ko, and hopefully, there will be less disappointments in your future. Okay, so let's begin. Actually, my biggest regret right now is I've never thought kung ano ang gusto kong maging trabaho in the future. I've always thought na it'll come to me someday. But I'm already 17 and wala pa rin college course ang pumapasok sa brain ko. Maganda nga na may senior high pa at na-delay ang college. But by the time I'm writing this, patapos na ang grade 11 and I only have one more year to think of what course I'm going to take in college. So, ang tip ko lang sa'yo is you have to think of what you want to be in the future as early as now. Also, if you like doing something, don't just think of it as only a hobby. Do your best para mag-grow ang talent mo na yan. And that talent na sinasabi ko is yung ability mo mag-draw. Bawas-bawasan mo muna ang kakalaro ng video games. Try drawing every day. Kahit hindi masyadong maayos ang drawing mo. You'll never know, baka sa future maging artist ka or animator. Remember to always think about what you want in the future and try to enhance whatever talent you have at the moment. Another regret of mine is about my social relations. Hindi ako masyadong naging open sa mga tao around me. This is caused by an event na na-experience ko noong grade 3 ako. Dati kasi ay mahilig ako maglaro sa labas with my neighbor kids. Pero parang napabayaan ko ang aking studies. I was in the 6th honor and my 5th honor classmate told me, "Hindi ka na makakaalis sa pwesto na yan." Nainis ako sa kanya. Kaya pinagbutihan ko ang pag-aaral at nung sumunod na grading, ay first honor na ako. Well, you are 10 years old now, so patapos ka ng mag-grade 4 and medyo fresh pa yung memory na yun sa'yo. Ang mindset mo siguro ngayon is, di na ako lalabas and makikipaglaro sa mga bata. Magkukulong na lang ako sa loob kasi ito ang reason kaya di ako nakaka-focus sa pag-aaral. Kapag meron palang mas mataas sa'yo sa honors, imomok ka pala nila. Ang gagawin kong means of my entertainment na lang is playing video games by myself. You're probably very proud of that mindset kasi that's the reason kaya ka nagpa-first ngayon. Pero you know what? The more na tumatagal na naka-engrave yan sa utak mo, it gets lonelier at the top. Kaya sinasabi ko na to sa'yo ngayon para hindi ka mag-suffer sa pressure na nilagay ko sa sarili ko until now. Loosen up. It's okay na lagi kang first and all, pero it's okay na hindi ka laging nasa taas. Kasi being on top can really be stressful because of all the expectations that people put on you. Huwag mong i-pressure ang sarili mo na gawin lahat ng schoolworks mo kaagad. Kasi from my past experiences, lagi akong nagde-decline kapag niyayaya akong lumabas, kaya I lost my chance at having a potential friend group. I often get called na parang robot daw ako or masyado daw akong mataas, kaya nai-intimidate sila sa akin. Kaya I ended up with having one person I call a real friend. But don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun times with that friend, and I wouldn't trade the fun times we had for something else. Corny. Corny ko. Just remember na it's okay to loosen up a bit. Huwag mo masyadong i-base ang buhay mo sa grades. You should have a social life. Huwag mong i-sacrifice ang social life mo para matapos lahat ng schoolworks. Hindi naman yan mauubos habang nag-aaral ka pa. Plus, stop thinking about what people think about you. Kaya ako naging ganito because of the lack of social experience I have. I was too afraid to talk to people and be friends with them. Kaya I spent my time thinking of what they would say about me. But remember this, people really don't care about you if you have no association with them. Kaya ka lang dinuro-duro noon ng mas mataas sa'yo sa honors dati. It's because you were still kids. Ganon talaga. Di pa kayo mature eh. Yeah, I guess ngayon, di mo pa masyadong iniisip kung ano sasabihin ng mga tao sa'yo. Pero in the future, specifically kapag nag-grade 7 ka na, lalala na yan. And everyday, isa-isahin mo ang mga events throughout the day and iisipin mo kung tama ba yung mga ginawa mong action sa day na yon. Always keep that advice in mind para ma-develop ang social skills mo. Well, we're done with the regrets and stuff. Let's move on sa mga heads up for the future. First of all, you probably finished Persona 4 Golden for the 3rd time na siguro. And this game probably convinced you na ang high school is about making friends along the way. I hate to break it to you, but that game is a work of fiction. You probably know that already, pero you're still holding on the idea that high school is amazing. Here's a tip for you, kaysa sa magsayang ka ng oras sa kakaisip kung gaano ka-amazing ang high school sa imagination mo. Think about your future. High school is temporary, pero your career in the future will almost take over your life. Enjoy high school life without forgetting about your future. Right, number 2. Don't be afraid to speak what's on your mind. There's a lot of instances na gusto mong magtanong sa teacher or gusto mong sumagot in class, pero hindi mo kaya kasi natatakot ka na mali yung sagot mo or yung tanong mo parang hindi nagme-make ng sense. Kaya ka nagkaganito dahil may nangyari nung grade 6 ka. May dalawang teacher na nag-away, tapos ikaw ang parang naging bridge nila para malaman ang sinasabi nila sa isa't isa. Di ko nagustuhan yun, kaya after they did that to me, may sinabihan ako sa mga classmate ko na ayaw ko nang mag-aral sa CBS. Unfortunately, yung classmate na yon, sinabi niya dun sa isa sa mga teacher. One day, bigla akong tinawag and kinonfront ng teacher na alam yung sinabi ko and tinanong niya ako ng ayaw mo na sa CBS. And nagpanik ako at na-trauma na ako makipag-usap sa mga teacher. So, ang advice ko na gawin mo sa situation na yan is wag ka na lang magsalita. Kung tanungin ka man, sabihin mo na lang, hindi ka masyadong nag-pay attention sa sinabi ng isa kasi hindi naman lesson yung sinasabi niya. Yeah, you're going to lie a bit para lang hindi ka mapasama sa situation na yun. It's better not to say anything in that situation to avoid trouble. So, let's move on sa number 3. Next is always be honest with your feelings. Medyo contradicting sa advice ko to lie a little to avoid trouble. But sometimes you need to learn when to make a few lies to save yourself from getting into bigger problems. Pero iba sa situation na sasabihin ko sa'yo ngayon. Merong event nung grade 10 na naging parehong crush ko sa past close friend. Pass ang ginamit ko kasi after that event, naging awkward na kami sa isa't isa. Nung Christmas vacation of 2019, nag-meet up kami para mag-hangout. And may sasabihin rin siya sa akin. Sinabi niya sa akin na amin na daw siya sa crush namin. Hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko sa situation na yun. And dahil ayaw ko rin magmukhang selfish, mas lalo ko pa siyang in-encourage na umamin. But deep inside me, inassume ko na imposible naman na maging crush din siya ng crush namin. But I was mistaken dahil after a few days, nag-meet up ulit kami. Tapos, pinabasa niya sa akin ang chat nilang dalawa. And I can never forget yung sinabi nung guy sa kanya. Kung labasan na din lang ng feelings, sa totoo lang, crush din kita. I was hurt! But sa point na yon, hindi ko alam anong gagawin ko sa feelings ko. Ang daming mga what ifs na pumasok sa isip ko. Nainis ako sa kanya. Kaya hindi ko siya pinansin pagdating ng pasukan. Ang tagal ko siyang hindi kinausap, and that made her feel bad. She thought na hindi tama yung ginawa niya. Sinisi niya yung sarili niya. After some time passed, I decided to forgive her. But after we talked about the issue, nagkaroon ng weird tension between sa amin. Kaya we no longer joke around and hang out anymore. Yeah, even the pandemic didn't help either. So, in short, I lost a friend because of some guy I had a crush on. My advice in this situation is dapat sinabi mo na masasaktan ka kapag ginawa niya yun. Dahil magka-close tayo and she's trying to get the upper hand sa crush namin. Magmukhang selfish ka na kung ganun. Pero at least, na-voice out mo yung nararamdaman mo. If ever umamin pa rin siya, well, problema niya na yun. And you do have the right na masaktan at magtampo. Well, anyways, that's all I can say to you, my 10-year-old self. I hope you follow them para mabawasan ang mga regrets mo in the future. And although the future is unknown, just put your trust in the Lord because He wants to give each one of us a bright future and a hope for good things to come. So that's my message.